everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You've reached Chris Loves Luxe, and today is just a part 2 of what I just filmed, which is my eyeshadow declutter. That video was 45 minutes, 46 minutes. This one is probably going to be another 30 because I just had that many eyeshadows to get through, and the moral support is much needed at this point because it's out of hand. And until you really sit and empty your drawers out and go through it, you don't realize how much you've accumulated. You really, really don't. Okay? This is my counted 5th video today. Okay? This is my 4th declutter video today. And I am determined to get through all my declutters because I'm going to buy a lot of makeup over the next 6 weeks. Right? Between the Beautylicious gift card event, the Sephora VIB sales, right? And I'm going to do two orders, right? And then Black Friday, I'm going to spend, I'm going to be buying different things, and I just need space, and I need to purge and give things away in order for me to receive others. That's just how I roll, right? So my hands are a little ashy, so we're gonna get a little bit of lotion there because that's ridiculous. All right, let's jump into this Juvia's place. Don't forget to subscribe, all right? Don't forget to follow me on IG at Chris Loves Luxe and comment through these videos because it's hard after declutter to look at the pile of declutter because then you want to put it back and say never mind. But you know you can't do that. This right here is the Nudes palette by Juvia's Place. Why buy this palette? You see how light that palette is? I'm not keeping this one. That one I can tell you. I'm not keeping it. So I put it in the declutter pile. This one is the Berries palette. Now this one I will be keeping. I'll keep this one. Which means now I can put it in here. I've made room on my little tray. Next up is the Violets palette by Juvia's Place. I am keeping that one. This one is the Chocolates by Juvia's Place. And I'm going to keep that one. Okay? I'm not finished with Juvia's Place. That's just the little ones. Okay? Okay. This is Afrique. Oops. By Juvia's Place. And I don't know what I'm doing. I think I've only used this one color in the corner here. This gold color. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to declutter Afrique. Holy crap. The Nomad palette. I wanted this palette so bad just because the woman looks fly on the cover, and I love green. Not my favorite color, but one of my favorite. Do you see how fly she looks? You see how great those shadows look? Let me come back so you can see it in a different light. Yeah, this one stays. Okay. The Tribe by Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place has some of the best artwork on their packaging. She really, really does take her time with that. I have used this palette once. And the reason that I keep the palette is because of this shade here, right? But honestly, it's very similar to that one. That's already in my Born to Run palette. Look. They're almost the same. And I'm keeping it, and honestly, it's almost all of the colors except for maybe, nope, Yeah, almost all of the colors, except for that big bright green one. If I was to do that, you could find it in my Born to Run palette. All right, now that I've said that, I'm gonna get rid of the Tribe because I'm not getting rid of my Born to Run palette. This one stays. This is the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. I love this palette. This one definitely stays. The Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. Oh, these colors are so gorgeous, but I haven't used them. And the question is, if I'm being honest with myself, is would I use them? And then I have the Masquerade Mini palette, right? And when you open this one up, look, there's similar colors in the palettes. Honestly, you don't need both. I'm trying to see the differences. You have a brown, you don't have a yellow, but I have a yellow in the Nomad palette that I'm keeping. You know what, now that I'm comparing the two, other than that orange, which I have in the Juicy Boost palette by Color Rain, I don't need the Zulu palette. It's going. I'm keeping the Masquerade one. Okay, all right. I feel like we're accomplishing something, right? So I'm accomplishing stuff. All right. So next is we're gonna go through ColourPop. And I have a lot of ColourPop, y'all. I'm not even, All right, I'm just trying to move them all here. Oh, I have 2 more ABH palettes. I did ABH in the last video. I forgot about these. This is the ABH Norvina collection, which I forgot which one this was. This one is, these are staying, but I have this one, which is volume 1. That one stays. Okay. So we can just put this one in there. And volume 3 stays. I think this is 3. I love 3. This one, that one stays as well. Okay. Now we could talk ColourPop. Let's talk large ColourPop first, and then I'll break it down to the little ones. This is the Bare Necessities palette. I just got this and I have been looking at it for months and months and months. Cool tones, warm tones mixed together. It just came out with a 100% cool tone palette in the same size. I'm not going to get that one. This one is enough. I haven't even used this one yet. I do like ColourPop's formula. I know this is a luxury channel, but don't get it twisted. I do like affordable and mid-range palettes as well. Hell, I even have drugstore palettes. Yes. So Bare Necessities is staying. Then I had It's All Good palette. These are pretty mauves and pinks and peaches. This one stays too. I also have the So Jaded palette. This is the Caffeine Lights in collaboration with ColourPop. This is pretty packaging. The color story is so different and fulsome. It's a little bit of everything in there. I don't do pressed glitter. Like, that's the one thing about ColourPop, and that pressed glitter is like, you could have missed me with that. I'm not putting that in my eye for it to be falling in my eyes and scratching my cornea. So I don't play with glitter like that. So, but I do like it. It stays. Okay. Now let's talk about the rest of these ColourPop ones. This one is the All That palette. Do love the packaging. Again, this one also has pressed glitters in it. Almost all of them do. It's pain in my butt to see. But this is the All That palette, and this one is the X and O's palette, right? No pressed glitters in this one, right? And I'm wondering, do I really need both? Considering that they look a lot alike, right? The one that has the pressed glitters in it is this one, and it's two. It's this one and that one. So if I take those two out and I look at the rest of the palette, it does not move me. So I'm going to get rid of the All That palette, which I never used, and I'm going to keep the X's and O's. So put that one there for right now. And I'm going to say this wrong. What is this? The Salvage palette by ColourPop. This one right here. I like the little colors in it, I'm not gonna lie. But is I going to use it is the question. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for right now. This is the Perception palette with Shayla, another YouTuber here on YouTube. And she did a collaboration with ColourPop. I love watching Shayla and her fiance Les. They're too cute together. So happy to see people in love. I love this palette. This one stays. Alright. And then this one is the Raleigh and ColourPop collaboration, Through My Eyes. Another YouTuber. Here are the colors. And this one is different. I have used this one. This one is different, but it's almost like I have some of the same colors in other palettes, which makes it different. But then you throw in this mustard here, and I'm like, maybe I should hold on to it. That's a little different of a plummy type shade right there. So when you, I picked up way too much. Oh no, that's scratchy. I'm feeling that one. All right, you know what? I didn't like the way that swatched. That swatch scratchy. So I'm a pass this one to the left hand side. You know, well, it's my right, but yeah, I didn't like the way that one swatched. We're gonna pass on that one. I didn't like the way that swatched at all. And I'm gonna sip my Cosmo, which really looks like Kool-Aid because I way too much drinking here. Way too much mix. All right, now we got to get through these. Yes. All right, ColourPop, it's my pleasure. As you can tell by the color of the packaging, you should know what these are 9-pan palettes, what the color of the actual package, shadows are going to be. So this is their purple palette, the It's My Pleasure palette. I'm keeping this one. Yeah, this one stays. But then I have Lilac You a Lot. Cute, like they play on words. And that is freaking gorgeous. Okay? I don't have pastels in my collection like that. So this one stays too. This is not going well. All right. Just My Luck green. Y'all already know how I feel about green. And you don't have to point out in the comments that I keep these. Yes. Have I used these? No. Some of them I have. I haven't gotten to one that I did yet. But this is the green palette. This is the Just My Luck. And this one is staying. Now, let's get to some more. This one is the Soul palette. I don't have to keep this one. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't have to keep this one. This one can go. I'm gonna put this one up here. This is the Mar palette. All right, y'all. I might need help with this one. Let me see. Oh, that feels good. Okay, that one felt good. This one. All right, this one stays. Yes, that stays. Look at that. That stays. Stays. ColourPop has a very good formula, especially for the price point. This one is the Orange You Glad palette because of the oranges, but they have a damn pressed glitter in here, so I don't use that one. And I don't want to keep the palette just for a couple of shades, so I'm going to not get this one. And see, I know you keep this one. I know you guys are probably like, well, Christine, why did you buy them? And when ColourPop was having sales, I'm like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna get this color, I'm gonna get this color. And then I went through like this one order where I got a bunch of the 9 pans and put them in my drawer, thinking I would go back in my drawer, take them out and use them. Well, that's why we're going through a declutter now. The Honey palette by ColourPop is yellow. This I'm keeping. I don't have a lot of yellows, especially something bright like this one or like these in my collection. Even though it has the pressed glitter, I'm keeping it anyway. Then we have the Blue Moon palette. I like Blue Moon beer, FYI. These blues are amazing to look at. I have used this palette before and I was very happy with my look, so I'm keeping this one. This one is Strawberry Shake. Here are the colors. But if I open Ooh La La and show you those colors, they're running kind of the same thing here, right? So when I look at the two, I prefer this one over this one. So I'm going to keep the Ooh La La and the Strawberry Shake. I'm going to declutter. Next up, we have the Main Squeeze palette. Ew. So when I open Main Squeeze, now I gotta open Ooh La La again, right? Oh no, they're different. They're different. These have more red, these are more pink. I'm gonna keep, yeah, I'm gonna keep both of these for right now. Next up is the Brown Sugar palette. I want to keep it just because of the name. But when you open it up, that's what you get. And considering the fact that I have these colors in many other palettes, including like my Natasha Denona, what is that? Is that the Mini Glam palette? The Mini Glam means the same. If I put them together, you can get pretty much a similar look. Maybe not. I might be thinking about another palette, but look. Yeah, no, you can get a similar look in the Mini Glam. Just put my fingernail in, I swear. Ugh. Okay. All right, Brown Sugar. I think you're gonna go. Brown Sugar's gonna go. I have Natasha Denona minis. This one here, the Going Coconuts palette, is amazing. Guys, this is not going anywhere. Yes, I know it looks ashy, doesn't it? Especially when you go and you look here and here and here. You like, Christine, why are you keeping the palette? No, these are ashy. But these work, and this is inner corner. And there's no crushed glitter. It's staying. This last one is actually before they had to change the name. They called this Smoke Show and then they had to change it to something else because Smoke Show was the name of another palette or company or something. But I had gotten this when it first dropped, and this one is staying. Okay, so that's not bad, you guys, because 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I have 4 over there plus whatever I have down there. That's not bad. I don't feel bad about this here. I really don't. Okay, we still have this one. Before I move on to something else, am I keeping this one? And no, I'm not. I'm going to declutter that one too. Holy moly. All right, so this is not last, but this is Morphe now. So yes, I have Morphe palettes, just so you know. There you go. Really, I'm about to knock myself out. Let's go through these. This is the 9G palette. Very pretty. I'm not keeping it. So that one is going. This one is the 15S palette. Again, very pretty. I'm not keeping this one either. Just FYI, I'm not keeping any of my Morphe palettes. This one is the 35H. And I don't know why I bought so many of these 35 pan palettes. You can't travel with them. So literally, if I don't do them at home, like it meant nothing, like, to me, because I couldn't do anything with it. Very pretty colors. All right, somebody would love to get these palettes. Next up is the 35V, like Victor palette. Yep, that one's going. Okay. Jaclyn Hill, the first one. I use this one though. You can tell because it's a little dirty. This one is going. I tried multiple times. I could only get a couple of shades to really work. I don't know if it was just a bad palette for me, or maybe I just didn't like it. I don't know, but somebody else might like it. I already know who I'm going to give these to. It's a friend of mine who always talked about, oh, I just wanted to get the Jaclyn Hill but never did it. So I'm going to check with her and see if she ever got it. If not, she can have it. This one is the volume 2 that I haven't even used yet. I'll take this off so you can see it. Yeah, I'm not keeping this one either. Last Morphe palette is the 39A. And it's beautiful, but it is big, honey. Look at that. All right, we're gonna get rid of this one too. So this is a lot of palettes. So when the Morphe palettes alone is 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Not to mention all of the other ones that I decluttered as well. I am trying to see where else to go. We're at 23 minutes already. Let's talk about these singles. There is nothing in my everyday makeup drawer for me to declutter, so I'm not even going to bother to pull those out. If you want to see like a makeup collection video or something like that, I mean the everyday makeup, or I can show you that, but for right now that's not here. Okay, we're not gonna go through, because I have a lot more, right? The Pat did this. We're not gonna go through Pat. We're not gonna go through Natasha, because I'm not getting rid of any of it. Not getting rid of any Tom Ford, any Dior, any Viseart, all of that is staying, right? Even the Chanel one I didn't like is staying just for reference purposes, so I'm not gonna bother with those. Let's talk eyeshadow singles really quick, right? And these other small palettes. So I have this small palette. This is staying. I know people said, oh, this little piece of something they didn't care for. I actually like the palette. I have the eye dolls, the Pat eye dolls, in whatever color is not in her motherships, so which are 4 of them. So I have those 4. The rest of them, if it's in the mothership, I don't have it. Wait a minute, this is old. This cream color base in Hush from MAC is old. Is old. This one has to go. No, that has to go. I'm glad I opened the drawer. I have a lot of eyeshadow singles, so bear with me for a few minutes more. This one is brand new. I just got this one from the cosmetic company, the company store, I mean, in Night Divine. And I got this one in the Shadows by MAC. And then these are the ones I already had, which is Brown Script. This is a matte. I have this one, which is, wait a minute. I think this one is 4 years old. Yes, I remember when I bought this one. Let's see something. I don't know how this one. You know what? I'm not keeping this one. It's not even staying on my hand. This one has to go. That one's old. I just thought about that. And you know what? I think this one is too. This matte, I think is. Damn. You know what? I didn't even think about the fact of how old my singles are. Some of them, not all of them. Let me see. Oh no, the matte is fine. That shimmer is not. This one here is new. It's probably like a year and a half old. Well, a year. This is New Crop. This is a nice green. Those are all matte. I have one Colored Rain one that came in a BoxyCharm. I'm gonna keep it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna use it, but I am gonna keep it. Then I have this Pat McGrath pigment, loose pigment that came in a little something. I'll keep it, but I'm not gonna use it. But I don't know how I'm gonna gift this little thing away like that. This is a Super Shock by ColourPop in Drift. This is a very pretty color. I need to use these more. Because this Super Shock shadow is to be believed in. You better believe that. And this one is Cutologist. Isn't she pretty? This one is All In. This one is a dual chrome and it is Moonwalk. Yep. Very pretty. This one is Let Me Pass. And this one is Lightning Bug. Very cute shadows. The eye dolls, just so you know, I have Synthetica. I have Statuesque. I have Burnished Honey. And I have Corrupt Copper. Then I have my stacks by Melt. Cosmetics, they're all stained, buddy. All of them. If I go over them, this one, they don't even have the names on it, but I'll just show you really quick. Oh, this one right here, when you put it on. This one is a nice one. If you can, I think this one is on sale. It might be on Sephora still for $25. If you can find the stacks, you should get them. This is the Love Sick. Oh no, that's the eyeshadow. This is Love Sick stack. Love it. This stack does not have the name on the bottom. I don't know which stack this is, but I can try to find it and then put it in the description box. Okay, this one doesn't have a name either, but here you go. And this actually is gold, but then looks pink because it's a dual chrome. Look how pretty that one is. Oh. I love the stacks. I like that formula. Some people will say they like the stacks better than the palette. I don't. I just like them equally. This is the Haze stack. Look at that silver. You see that platinum? Look at that one. All right, that's my stacks. This is also by Mel. I haven't used this yet. This is a gel liner. I haven't used it yet. I keep forgetting that I have things. This one right here is my brow pomade in a color I never really cared for. I think I want to declutter that one. That's old and it's only supposed to be kept for 6 months. I do have Fenty Snaps. I have 3 and 4. I decluttered the rest of the ones that I had. Here's number 4. This is number 3. Oh my gosh, there you go. Really? Can't believe that just happened. Anyway. Yep, it happened. It fell in my drink. Okay. This is the Huda Beauty Nude Rich palette. This is the only 9 pan I have. I didn't keep the rest. And remember when I said that I have drugstore eyeshadows? These are the e.l.f. bite size shadows. I have every shade that they come in. Here's this one, which is Rose Water. I'm keeping all of these. Carnival Candy, Truffles, McGrath, Hot Jalapeno. I love this one. I need to use these. Cream and Sugar. I know none of them are opened yet. Berry Bad. And Pumpkin Pie. Alright, so yes, I have a lot of stuff. Some of my friends would call it a different S word, but I do have a lot. So now, the only thing I need to go over is my singles, which are all in palettes for a reason. I'm not really going to get rid of it, but I'll show it to you. And then we'll call it a wrap. How does that sound? Because I know y'all tired. I'm tired too. I'm ready to go to sleep. Alright, I have 2 palettes full of ColourPop singles that I just bought on my own. And I just put them in the palette the way I wanted them. Here is the first set of ColourPop singles. Here is the second. This is the nice colorful one. So the question becomes, have I used them? No, I haven't. I'm still keeping them though. I use a couple of them, but not all of them. I need to do better with that. For right now though, they stay, because when you start buying individual shadows, that's not cheap. Okay, and then you putting them in no, they stay. Next is my book of shadows by Colored Rain. So you buy this book on its own, and then you fill it with shadows, which is what I've done. Here goes the mirror right here, but you'll see that they are, let me see how I can get through this, filled with Colored Rain only singles. Some of them are singles I purchased, and there's page after page. So let me just they come with inserts that are marked with numbers, and you can use a pen or dry erase to kind of marker to write on it, and then you can erase it if you want to, I believe. But here are some more that I depotted from, whether it's the Queen of Hearts palette. Yes, I depotted the damn palette. Yes, I did. And I put them inside of the Book of Shadows. I have one palette. I don't even remember which palette this is, but I depotted it and put it down here so I knew where the shades were, but didn't write down the name of the palette. But that's what I do. So what I've done is I made a decision that I wanted all of my Colored Rain palettes to be in a Book of Shadows. So I have another plain empty Book of Shadows on display on one of my shelves because I think she's gorgeous and I wanted her on display. So my actual Colored Rain shadows though are inside of the book that I keep inside of a drawer. Last up are these babies right here. And these are all my Sydney Gray shadows. So I will open them up so that you can see. Here's the first one. Mattes and metallics. They are beautiful. I just sometimes open and I look and I'm like, I do need to do more than that with them though. And I'm not done because I have every intention on getting the rest of the singles. You'll see that these up here, those are special ones. Those are, what does she call them? Are those the duochromes? Yeah, they're the multi-chromes up here. So I keep those separate. They're all the way at the top so I can identify them, and they are amazing. Let me try it again because maybe you don't understand. They are amazing. Okay, if you want quality multi-chrome shadows, this is where it's at. Now I don't have Cleona, right? So I can't compare it. I do want it, but I'm impatient with the 3-month wait, right? But so let me just show you what I'm talking about real quick. So that's one of them right there. Look at the shift. Right, here's another green, and then it actually shifts to blue. It's going to be hard to tell here. This one you guys all know. This is, I think it was Red Chameleon was the name, but it's Scarab and Mel Thompson's palette with Sydney Grace. And then this last shade right here. No, they are absolutely fire. Okay, I'm trying to pick them up. That's the one thing about having long nails and you're trying to pick the palette up, the shadows up. It's hard. But do you see that? You see how easy those swipes were? And let me tell you, if you wanted to just blend that out, look at that. You see how easy that is? Oh, they're gorgeous. Look at that. You don't need a lot of product on your brush when it comes to Sydney Grace. I have yet to have a bad shadow. And that's to say a lot when you see how many shadows I have, right? They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. I have nothing else to say about that. That's Sydney Grace. And that is the majority of my collection. Took 2 videos, but this is where it's at. Tell me in the comments what you're thinking. I know it's a lot. I'm not doing my lips because I already decluttered my lip collection. I did not film that because that would have taken 2 hours and I just didn't do it. I already decluttered it. I can show you just the bag of all the lip stuff. And I probably could have decluttered more, but I didn't. So this is where we are. So I think we're cleaned up and we're ready to take on more palettes. Let me just figure out how many I decluttered in this video. Give me one second and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I decluttered 18 palettes in this video. And I'm not counting these little onesie, twosie things that I found in my thing. No. So I decluttered 18 palettes. That's enough for the second. I'm just going to show you like this. That's a lot of palettes. I feel good now that I did declutter them. I feel better about my drawers having a lot more room in them. So between this 18 and I can't remember what I decluttered in the last one. 10. I did 10 in the last one. It's 28 in total for eyeshadow declutter series between video 1 and 2. So I'm happy with that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Am I just going to take them to the shelter and just give them to the domestic violence shelter and let them give them out to the residents if they'll allow me to, because of the pandemic? I'm not sure if they'll even take them. If they don't, then I may sell them on my Poshmark. I don't have my closet open. It's offline, on vacation I should say, because I just don't like the hassle of going and finding a box and all of that. But anyway, once I decide what I do, I'll pin a comment or something so that you guys know what's happening with the shadows. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. I know that this was very long. Hopefully you were able to get through it, or at least scan through it and see what I was getting rid of and why, just so that you know what do my other everyday drawers look like. This is one of them. Has my Dior's in here, and my Visearts here, my Charlotte's here, my chromium liquids here. That's one drawer of the eyeshadows. And then I have my Chantecaille duos, the little plastic Pat McGrath ones, a couple of singles from Chantecaille, my Tom Ford, my Chanel, and the third drawer is dedicated to Natasha Denona. So I have the smaller palettes here, my minis, and other palettes from her here. That's what sits up here on my everyday drawer. Okay, so let me know what you're thinking, what your thoughts are in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Don't forget to head over to IG, follow me at Chris Loves Lux. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, I want you to stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Make sure you vote, and make sure you keep that mask on. And I'm tired, y'all. This is video number 5, and I'm tapping out. I'll see you in the next video. Good night, guys.